I've been wondering for years why Donald Trump is so obsessed with Barack Obama. So I decided to do some research on obsessive fixation to understand what is actually going on here. And I've finally figured it out. Donald Trump has a mental illness called Obama Derangement Syndrome. Obama Derangement Syndrome is the acute onset of irrational hatred and obsession in otherwise normal people in reaction to Barack Obama. Trump cannot go a single rally or a single day without mentioning Barack Obama. He spent years claiming Obama was not born in America, and yet he was. He tried to reverse all of Obama's policies, even when those policies were working for the American people. Trump just doesn't understand why Obama won't call him back. Obama left all of Trump's text messages unread. He can't figure out why. Trump can't quit Barack Obama. There's a psychological reason for that. It's called Obama Derangement Syndrome. Here are the 6 psychological reasons Trump has Obama Derangement Syndrome. 1. The loser. Before we get into the psychology, we need to establish the facts first. Trump inherited $400 million from his father. He was born into one of the wealthiest real estate families in New York City at the time. He had every advantage a person could possibly have. And he still failed. 6 corporate bankruptcies, a failed airline, a failed football league, a failed university that settled fraud charges for $25 million, a failed vodka brand, a failed steak company, a failed magazine, a failed board game, a failed mortgage company. He lost the popular vote twice. He lost the presidency. He was impeached twice. He was indicted 4 times. He was convicted of 34 felonies. This is a man who started on third base with all of the bases loaded and still struck out. Now let's look at Obama. Barack Obama was raised by a single mother. He did not come from money. He did not come from a political dynasty. He did not inherit a real estate empire. He got into Columbia. He got into Harvard Law School. He became the first black president of the Harvard Law Review. He became a United States Senator. He became the first black president of the United States of America. He won the popular vote twice, both times he ran. He left office with a 59% approval rating. He left the presidency with dignity, one of the best presidents of our lifetimes. With that said, one of these guys is a winner, and the other one is a loser. I think we know which one is a loser. And the loser in this story is very aware who the loser is also. His name is Donald Trump. 2. Fragile ego. In 2009, psychologist Mark Alec at Ohio State University and Konstantin Sidakaitis at the University of Southampton published research on people who maintain an inflated self-image that does not match their reality. They called it self-enhancement bias, the tendency to view yourself as smarter, more competent, and more successful than you actually are. The people who perform the worst overestimate themselves the most. That is Trump's entire public identity. The great businessman, the deal maker, the winner. None of it is true. The records prove the opposite, but his brain will not let him see it. Self-enhancement bias works fine as long as nobody exposes the lie. Then Obama showed up, and Obama did not just succeed. He succeeded in the one arena Trump could never win: public service. Institutional respect, intellectual credibility, popular approval. Obama is the evidence that Trump's lie is a lie, that Trump's persona is a fraud. Obama is living evidence that Trump is a loser. Trump cannot bully, manipulate, or steal his way out of feeling like a fraud around President Obama. And Trump knows it. 3. The conspiracy machine. In 2017, legal scholar and psychologist Dan Kahan at Yale Law School published research on what happens when reality threatens a person's core identity. He called it identity protective cognition. It's the tendency to reject evidence that conflicts with who you believe you are. Inside. Not because the evidence is weak, because accepting it would destroy your self-image. Kahan found that smart people are actually better at protecting their identity. They build arguments so good you almost believe them. Trump is not one of these smart people. His conspiracies are so obvious and ridiculous they are easily proven wrong. That is the birtherism conspiracy, Spygate, the deep state, that the election was stolen in 2020. 60 courts ruled it was not stolen. Every conspiracy Trump has aimed at Obama follows the same pattern. If Obama was not really born in America, then his presidency does not count. Obama's birth certificate wiped out that conspiracy instantly. If Obama's presidency does not count, then Trump's failure is not real. Trump's failure is real. It's not about evidence. It's about a man whose identity cannot survive the truth. And the truth is simple. Obama won everything Trump lost. The popular vote, the Nobel Peace Prize, the respect of the world. Trump lost it all, and Trump's mind cannot process that. Trump is too busy losing to handle any more losing. 4. The fake tough guy. In 2008, psychologists Joseph Vandello and Jennifer Bosson at the University of South Florida published research on what happens when a man's status is threatened. They called it precarious manhood theory, the finding that manhood is not a stable identity. It has to be constantly earned and proven time and time again. And when that manhood is threatened, it produces anxiety, aggression, and lashing out. Obama is calm, educated, and well-spoken, completely comfortable in his own skin. Trump is loud, undisciplined, and barely coherent, unbelievably insecure and awkward. Trump brags about grabbing women, because he's famous. Trump insults people on social media at 3 a.m. In Trump's world, his version of masculinity is supposed to win. The loud guy, the tough guy act, which is so obviously an act because he's so weak. The guy who dominates the room. But Obama won without any of it. Obama won by being everything Trump cannot be. Obama is a masculine status threat to Trump. And it explains Trump using Obama's full name. He constantly says Barack Hussein Obama. Every time he says Obama's full name, he's trying to make Obama sound foreign, sound like he does not belong. Because if Obama belongs, then Trump's version of manhood is the one that does not work. And let's be honest, 1980s tough guy doesn't work anymore. 5. The obsession. In 1920, Sigmund Freud published research on a pattern he observed in patients who could not stop repeating painful behaviors. He called it repetitive compulsion, the unconscious drive to return to the source of an emotional wound over and over again. Not to heal that emotional wound, but because stopping would mean accepting the pain is real. Trump doesn't bring up Obama's name once in a while. It's every single time he's in front of the camera. Press conferences about the economy, he brings up Obama. Rallies about immigration, he brings up Obama. Interviews about foreign policy, he brings up Obama. It doesn't matter what the subject is. Trump can't keep Obama's name out of his mouth. Trump does not bring up Obama's name because it helps him politically. His advisors told him to stop doing this. His strategists told him to stop doing it. His own staff have told him to stop doing it. He can't stop. It doesn't help him with independent voters. It doesn't help him with swing states. It doesn't help him with anyone who's not already in the cult. He does it because he cannot stop. He is obsessed with Obama. Every time Trump mentions Obama, he is returning to the emotional wound. And every time he attacks Obama, the wound does not close or heal. It opens wider and gets bigger as he becomes more obsessed. Because attacking Obama just reminds everyone of the comparison, and the comparison is devastating. He can't stop because stopping means sitting with the pain and self-reflecting. And narcissistic people do not self-reflect or try to deal with their pain. He loses and becomes more obsessed the moment he opens his mouth and says Obama's name. He always loses. And everyone but him can so obviously see his creepy obsession with Obama. 6. Patient zero. A narcissist is rarely born. They are usually built. Fred Trump told his son 2 things his entire childhood. You are a king, and you need to be a killer. If he won, his father rewarded him. If he lost, he was punished. Trump's mother got sick when he was 2 years old. His niece Mary Trump said in her book, he was basically left on his own during a formative part of his life. When reporters asked Trump how his mother showed love, he had nothing to say. Donald watched his older brother Freddie get destroyed by his father every day. And instead of helping his brother, Donald joined in on the abuse. He and his father ridiculed Freddie constantly, made fun of him for being weak, made fun of him for not being a killer in business. 2 grown men tearing apart a man who's falling apart right in front of them. His older brother Freddie could not handle it. He started drinking and died at the age of 42. The message was clear. Be a killer or end up like his brother, Freddie Trump. In 1964, psychologist Erich Fromm coined the term malignant narcissism. Fromm was a Jewish psychologist who fled fascist Germany in World War II. He spent decades trying to understand how someone like Hitler could exist. He came up with the term malignant narcissism to explain this phenomenon. He called malignant narcissism the purest form of evil in human form. It's a combination of narcissism, antisocial behavior, paranoia, and sadism. Narcissism means you pretend to believe you are more important than everyone else, and deep down you are massively insecure. A narcissist knows their success is not real. They know it was not earned, and every waking moment is spent making sure nobody else figures that out. The lying never stops because the truth would end their performance. Anyone who questions their success gets attacked. Anyone who threatens it gets destroyed. A narcissist surrounds themselves with people who tell them how great they are, because if the praise stops for 1 second, they would collapse. This is Trump at every rally begging crowds to cheer for him. This is Trump demanding loyalty from everyone around him. Trump attacking anyone who tells the truth about him. All of this is a man terrified of being exposed as a fraud. Antisocial behavior means you lie, cheat, and manipulate people without feeling bad about it. This is Trump not paying his contractors, defrauding students, scamming financial donors. Paranoia means you believe everyone is out to get you. Trump calling everything a witch hunt, a hoax, or a deep state plot against him. He's creating the problem and calling himself the victim. Sadism means you enjoy hurting people. Trump mocking a disabled reporter on TV? Sound familiar? Attacking Gold Star families? Giving people cruel nicknames on national television? Fromm said the same personality type was shared by Hitler, Stalin, Mussolini, Saddam Hussein, and Jim Jones, the cult leader. Go figure. In 2020, prominent psychologist John Gartner at Johns Hopkins University Medical School said Trump has all 4 malignant narcissistic traits. Over 200 mental health professionals signed a letter calling Trump a threat to democracy. Donald Trump is on the same list as Hitler and Stalin. Let that sink in. A malignant narcissist can take a lot of losses, losing a deal, losing an argument. As long as there is a way to lie about it, the narcissist survives. But a malignant narcissist cannot handle someone who is the real version of everything the narcissist pretends to be. Someone who actually won. Someone who actually earned it. Someone the whole world respects without being asked. Barack Obama is all of those things, and Donald Trump knows it. He has always known it. He cannot accept it. He cannot move on. He cannot stop his obsession with Barack Obama. Malignant narcissism was a term invented to explain Adolf Hitler. That now applies to a man who cannot stop talking about Barack Obama at a rally in Ohio on a Tuesday night. It's a broken man staring at a picture of Obama, the one person he could never be, and losing his mind over it. Sorry, Trump. Obama's just not that into you. You have Obama derangement syndrome.